Hey, hello there, and welcome to UCast Talks. This is the show where we bring you the latest insights on the future of OTT streaming. And today we're going to be discussing one of the most transformative trends in many industries, but also in OTT. We are going to be talking about AI and machine learning in OTT. Well, we've all seen the recommendations engines at work, right? But today the AI is taking this to a whole new level, right? It's not just about suggesting what to watch next, but it's all about understanding the user, understanding the preferences, understanding the behaviors so that the platforms can create this hyper-personalized journey through their portals to the right content. Let's talk about a few aspects of AI. The first thing is the AI-powered personalization. So, as I mentioned, it's not just about recommendations anymore, but of course the AIs today analyze everything from what you watch to what you do in the apps, and they are even factoring in some external factors such as regional and seasonal preferences. The goal is, of course, to get such a good model, such a good description so that we can place the content in the spots where the content will basically find you. So we're not just counting on you being proactive enough to find the content that you like, but we're going to place the content where the content just jumps out of the service itself and you basically find it almost instantly. One thing to notice and to remember is that these recommendation engines are not fine-tuned for you finding the most interesting content to watch, but they are fine-tuned for engagement, they are fine-tuned for retention, they are fine-tuned for satisfaction. Of course, these factors are usually correlated with the fact that you're watching what you want to watch, but it's important to know that this is just a side effect. So the AI is really trying to keep the clients engaged, keep the clients watching so that they don't churn away. That's the major factor of an AI today. Also, let's touch the area of AI and in content creation, right? So it's not just about what we watch. AI is also affecting how the content is being created. So from the concept phase where the AI can assist scriptwriters create entire plots to the production phase where the AI can help cut scenes and maybe even cut trailers depending on what kind of audience you expect. And also, of course, not just in movie industry, also in news industry, in sports industry, you can employ certain AI agents for commentary and so on. And we're going even one step further. Recently, we have these AI-driven tools, the text-to-video tools such as OpenAI Sora or DeepBrain AI that can create this short-form content entirely from a text prompt. Of course, this is not at the moment in stage where you could produce the whole movies, but you can imagine that these segments are now being extended. It can produce longer segments, and then it can even maybe some other AI can put those segments together in a bigger piece, maybe into a short movie or something like that. Another thing that I think is worth mentioning in relation with AI is the accessibility. So the AI is really helping content being more accessible. What do I mean by that? The internationalization of content is really hard. So there's so many languages, so many regions, and once certain piece is being released, it takes some time for that, and of course there's some costs associated to that to prepare this content. Even in the most basic form where just subtitling is involved, it takes some time and cost to subtitle the content. Well, now with these AI-powered captioning tools, the platforms like YouTube, Amazon Prime can do translation in real time, and the content is immediately, technically speaking, available for any language in the world instantly. And these auto captioning tools are so good that they even consider the context. So we all know that language depends on the context it is used in, and that's why human translators were always so good. But now the AI can understand the video, the scenes, and can also translate, being context aware. What about the future? Let's look into the future. Let's look beyond 2025. What can we say about that? The first thing, let's touch the personalization, right? So if we can take the personalization one step further, so instead of just having a very good understanding of the preferences, we can now, in the future, will be able to affect the content that the user is watching. So depending on this profile, the preferences, we can have different soundtrack. Maybe we can have different pacing if it's a story, if it's a movie. We can take into the context the moods of the viewer, the time of the day, the weather, the recent search activity, maybe even biometric feedback. Imagine having a smartwatch and measuring the heart rate just so that we can adjust the content in real time, what the user is watching. What's going to happen in the area of video generation, text to video? Of course, I think that the tools such as Sora and the like will be able to generate larger and larger segments of video. Of course, they'll be able to be more convincing, more compelling. And then if you imagine that you can use another tool to put all these scenes together, you can imagine that we'll be able to produce, the AI will be able to produce entire pieces of episodes, maybe even movies at some point. And in the maybe last step, what we will see is that imagine that you don't really have a movie that you are picking out of a catalog, but basically you type a simple story and that movie is being generated on the fly for use for your viewing, considering all the factors we already mentioned. Of course, this is, let's say, far future, but seeing what we are seeing today, we're definitely going in that direction. Now, we should also mention the localization, which is probably going to evolve into this real-time, not just subtitling, but truly dubbing, right? So we can have the AI basically replace the voices entirely with perfect real-time lip syncing, dubbing into any language on the fly instantly. And that's going to really speed up, improve the distribution of the content to various regions of the world. Maybe a word about how the AI will affect in the future the monetization, the advertising. Just like the content itself, I think that the AI and the ads will be more and more personalized. It will take into account what kind of viewer is watching this, what is their attention span, what is their engagement level, what is their sentiment, emotional response. All these kind of things can be taken into account if we have the ability to generate the ad on the fly for this particular user. And maybe something that's a little bit forgotten, I think that this shoppable video content will come back and will be even more powerful. This is something that's not new. The concept is old. You know, you have a certain content where some products appear, typically in movies. And then this in the past, there was a human operator that had to mark where these products appear in the movie, and then there was a whole process on the platform where you can watch more, find more information, and at the end even purchase that product. Well, with the AI, we can totally seamlessly recognize those products in videos. And of course, if there are some vendors on my platform that want to sell these, I can then connect these events with these products that are being discovered with the whole process of finding more information and purchasing those products. Maybe a few words specifically about the future of AI and OTT. I mentioned this in the previous video, but I think it's worth mentioning it again. So these AI-powered watch parties, I think, will be available quite soon, meaning if I want to watch, have this social experience, watch a certain piece with my friends, and just so happens that I invite a bunch of AIs, they're able to provide me this informational support. They can discuss about the content I'm watching and so on. And the last thing, but not the least, I think the AI voice assistants, something that UniqCast delved into in the past. We do have an AI voice assistant on the platform. Basically, it's something that truly replaces your remote control. The users are able to interact with their platform just using their voice commands. They can give instructions such as, I don't know, show me a 10-minute summary of this movie, find me most action-packed scene in this episode, find me all the scenes where some famous actor is performing this kind of action, and so on, right? So this, again, it's not new, but of course with the proliferation of AI development, I think that we will see more and more of this, and I'm quite happy that UniqCast already has this feature on the platform. Right, and this brings us to the end of today's episode. If you want to explore more of these and other trends, be sure to check our related blog posts. The first one is specifically talking about this topic. It's the future of AI in OTT streaming. And the other one is more general, talking about the trends that are shaping this and the next years in OTT. Both blogs will be linked in the video description. So yeah, so until next time, guys, stay tuned, stay connected, like and subscribe this video, and keep exploring the future of OTT. See you next time. Bye-bye.